This is the area where Europe's outbreak of coronavirus seems to have started. Here, 10 towns are in quarantine. You need special permission to get in or out. As we filmed, 2 ambulances came out of this so-called red zone. The paramedics in this one wearing full-body protective suits. But before these roadblocks and controls were put in place, who knows how many people had been in and out of these towns and where they dispersed to, especially in Europe, where such a value is put on free movement of people. So we're going to take a trip, starting here, to see how easy it is to drive across Europe. From the quarantine area, we head northwest, joining traffic from across Europe. The continent's Schengen rules are designed to ease the movement of goods and people. If you fly in or out of Italy on a plane, you're met with masked officials wielding thermometers. But if you use a motorway, nobody notices you. Well, 3 hours after we left that roadblock, we have now left Italy and entered France. And nobody's asked where we've been or asked to check our identity. Now, Europe prides itself on its open, invisible borders. But as coronavirus spreads, there are bound to be those who ask for more scrutiny and more checks. Plenty of the people on the roads here are tourists heading to Europe's busiest winter sport destinations. This is Chamonix, with 5 million visitors every year. And this is the perfect example of the problem that Europe now faces. Just a relatively short drive from towns that are quarantined because of coronavirus. You get a resort like this. People come here from all over the world. They mix together in close proximity and then they go home again. Among the skiers, some nerves, but also plenty of shrugs. Up a snowy mountain, COVID-19 does feel a long way away.
I worry a lot, but I try to, travel with the mask and be careful, no?
I want to make sure that we kind of assist with public health efforts to avoid a spread, but I don't feel personally nervous about it.
Back on the road and into Switzerland, still no medical checks or screening. We've driven from the quarantine zone in Italy all the way to the place leading the global fight against coronavirus.
The lesson is that every country has to be ready. Every country has to invest heavily in their health systems. So whenever virus comes, they can quickly detect, test, and provide health care for those who are sick.
Delegations have come here from around the world to seek advice. Visitors today included the former health secretary, who gave us this warning.
Well, I think the truth is that Schengen or no Schengen, we are in such a globalised world, as you can see by the way it's spread, that everyone has to take precautions. Even though the mortality rate at 1–3% sounds low, if millions and millions of people get this virus, that is a lot of deaths. And so that's why we have to prepare for worst-case scenarios.
For the moment, Europe's response has been deliberately calm and measured. But under the surface, there is anxiety. Nobody knows what will happen next. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Geneva.